And welcome back, Firewood Addicts, to another episode of Travis Does Firewood. Today, we got some wood. All right, so I hope it's getting kind of dark. I'll make this quick. But this wood, I just got, and I have a story, but it's not about this wood. But about this wood. So I am headed to walk my daughter to the bus stop, and I see these tree service trucks. Now, the local utility company contracts a company. I can't pronounce the name. It sounds like it's German. I'm not sure if it's a nationwide company, but I'll put the name down the screen. But anyway, I see their trucks. I'm like, I wonder, and they're just heading up. So I'll walk over there. And the foreman stops and says hi, and I talk to him and say, hey, are you gonna have any limbs or trees? And he said, yeah, do you want it? I'm like, do I want it? Heck yeah, I want it. So he walks me over to the site, and it's one of my neighbor's yards. And apparently during the windstorm that we had in November, whatever trees got severed and is in danger of coming down on the power lines that go down the road. So I'll walk up there with them and I'll say, hey man, I'll take anything that you want. I talked to the neighbor, she was fine with it. She didn't want it, her neighbors didn't want it. So hey, free wood, awesome. So he asked me what length that he wants them cut, and I'm like, anywhere around 16, I'm fine. He's like, well, I can't guarantee. We don't measure. So he said 16 to 18. I'm like, okay, whatever you can do, that's fine. But because I'm fine with it, because you know why? These trees that are at my neighbor's yard, they are fruit trees. Hopefully they'll help a little bit, sorry. Fruit trees, so we have, I believe she said it was a prune or an apple or a cherry. Anyway, fruit trees make great firewood, and I'm like, I can't pass this up. So I said, do your thing, after you leave, I'll come back and I'll gather up all the rounds. So I went to go pick up my daughter from school, and the trucks were still there doing their thing. But throughout the day, I didn't hear anything. Usually with a chainsaw, I can hear it. But they were up in a bucket truck, and I didn't hear anything. So I think they were using battery-operated chainsaws, because they were probably using top handle, smaller, and didn't want to make a lot of noise. Not needed for big bad boys. So I believe they're using powered saws for the limbs, I believe, because this is mostly limbs here. So I loaded it up. The neighbor was a talker. It's fine, which is why it's late in the day of me filming this. But I literally got a truckload of fruit tree wood. It's all over the place in terms of size-wise, but I think it's worth to bucket up at 16, sell it at a premium hardwood when it dries, and then whatever the balance, I'll burn my own wood stove. What the point of the episode is, not all free wood is a blessing. Okay, so and the story that I'm going to tell, I was reminded of it recently. Someone posted, I was tagged on a post in another Facebook group from a neighbor of mine who knows I do firewood and do good in the local community, wanting to make sure that my neighbors are warm. And it was someone who had a bunch of logs on their property, and it said to contact them for the address, first come, first serve, cut what you want, take what you want, U-Haul only, and there'll be dump trucks coming on Friday and Saturday to haul away wood. So basically, I gathered from that is no appointment needed, come, take what you want, no holds on anything, you cut what you want, take what you want, and it's not going to be, it's basically a first come, first serve. It's not going to be a one for all thing. Multiple people can come in and take. Now, and that all sounds great, but I did one of those. Some real estate agent bought a house and a property and a garage and a shed and all that stuff, and there was pockets of firewood throughout the property, and she just wanted to get it gutted so she can tear it down and build, I don't know, condos or apartments anyway. But there's dry firewood on the property, and it was decent wood. It had been dried for a while. It was almost on the verge of being punky. But she posted an ad, first come, first serve. Here's the address. Come on down. And this was a few years ago, I think prior to the channel, but I was still burning though. And I get there and there's several vehicles. There's like a truck, there's a van, there's like a minivan and a car, and they're all scrambling to gather up this, not prime, but it was dry firewood, because now I think it was like January, February, so it's cold, so people are wanting to get that free firewood, especially when it's dry firewood, and it was a scramble. I remember, so I found my little pocket, my little pile, and I'm getting firewood in my truck, and my daughter's with me in the front seat, because then I had older S10 truck, and it could barely handle the wood that I put in it. But I was loading up the truck, and I hear this like argument break out, and it was someone that had a claim to a wood pile, and they were gonna go home and offload and come back. But as they're pulling out, someone else moved their vehicle and or was taking from their pile. And then they stopped and got out like, yeah, this is my pile. I had claim to it. This is mine. Like, just, I'm gonna take this firewood. And they got into like a verbal confrontation when the wood wasn't even theirs. It belongs to the person who owned the property. And then other people started arguing over the firewood and wanting to lay claim. And if you left a site, then another person could take the firewood because you left. And it was an unsafe situation just for free firewood, just for a truckload or a van load or a back of a car load of free firewood. It seemed to me like it wasn't worth the effort. Yes, free wood is great wood, but not when it puts you in danger. And I could have gone to the spot locally that I mentioned before about they had log, first come, first serve, and cut up what you want and take what you want. But in that situation, I'm in need of dry firewood, but I'm not desperate for wood where I have to go and like throw elbows to like lay claim or stake claim to a pile or a log and cut it, and then when I come back that wood's going to be gone type thing. It's not worth the hassle. So yes, free wood is the best wood, but not at all times. So when you're searching for free firewood on Marketplace or an OfferUp or wherever, maybe Craigslist for the boomers, you have to kind of read the ad, inquire about it, and see if it's a good fit. Another, I guess, solution is as you're inquiring, make sure that if you can word it appropriately when you're responding to an ad for free firewood, is to say the words, "I'll take all of it," or ask, "Is there anyone else coming to get it?" type thing. Ideally, you want to say, "Hey, I'm in the position to take all the wood. I have a truck, I have a trailer, I can borrow a truck or I can borrow a trailer. I can make multiple trips. Give me a day, give me a long weekend, whatever it is." I'm sure the people on the other end want to get it done sooner than later, work within their schedule, be able to communicate. In an ideal circumstance, say, "I will take all the wood," and then they can come back and say, "Okay, I want it done by Tuesday or next weekend," type thing, and then you work within those bounds. Make sure that you communicate. That way, you having to come go. But anyway, the point of this solution is that you say, "I will take all of it," so therefore you are not coming to a site saying that you think that you're going to get all the wood, but yet someone else came an hour before and took out all the smaller rounds, or the easier picking wood, or the wood that was solid and not punky, and leaving you with the junk wood. So in these circumstances, ideally, when there's free firewood available, say, "I'll come as soon as possible and I'll pick up all the wood." People want to hear that you'll take everything, and not just come and pick like one truckload and not get it all gone in one foul swoop. People don't want to deal with multiple people to come and go on their property, on their ground, near their house, I would say. So however you need to do it, but ideally I would respond to ads that say, first come, first serve, to let me know, and then to ping them as soon as possible and say, hey, I will take all the wood. I can do it by X amount a day. And then say in there, like, if any way that I can't take it, I will let you know as soon as possible. And I think that people appreciate that type of clarity. But I'm gonna interject, and I'm sorry for the footage being so dark. Go. If there's any red flags, it's a first come, first serve. If it's down in a ravine, kind of far away, other flags may pop up. Is it worth your time? Is it worth the hassle? Is it worth your health? Is it worth your well-being just to get a few rounds of firewood? For me, if it's not worth the hassle, I'm not gonna do it. This was literally this wood in the back of my truck, literally like 5 houses up the road, not very far away. I'll be getting another truckload tomorrow of this. I believe this is apple behind me. I could be wrong, but needless to say, good firewood. Not a lot, but hey, like I'll take 1 or 2 truckloads for free when it's not very far away. So I guess my example of the story is not all free wood situations are good situations. So kind of pick and choose. Your safety and your health, your well-being is not worth a log of free wood or free rounds of free wood or even seasoned wood. You can't be that desperate to risk yourself and your family, your vehicle, because there were like fist fights at this place that I was at. Like that one time that was a few years ago. It like fights broke out over firewood. I can't imagine throwing a fist at someone for firewood. Even someone at my firewood stand, I would be upset if they're gonna steal my wood, but would I punch them, especially on my property? I don't know, not for $5 of a bag of firewood or bundle of firewood. It's just, it's not worth the aggravation and whatever. So I was tagged on that post and I didn't go there. I didn't, even though it was in my hometown, I didn't entertain it because I felt that it wasn't worth it, because I didn't want to get into any scuffle with anyone over just free wood. I have access to free wood. I'd rather get it locally on my own and not have to literally fight over the free wood. So I hope that makes sense, and hope that you all stay safe as you're trying to find free wood, whether it's logs, whether it's rounds, whether it's split wood. Be choosy on where you get your wood and how. If it seems to be too shady or too good to be true, or it's not worth your time to go check out like a dead standing tree, or someone that's been down for a year when it's been down for 5 years, and so it's going to be funky and rotten. Look at the pictures, ask questions. I mean, other channels on my channel have had questions on when you have an ad for free wood, what do you ask? I'm not going to go into that, but it's stories I wanted to share. And it's free wood. I'll probably share with you more about this free wood as it comes in, but anyway, it's getting dark and I should probably let you go. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Until next time, life's short to be a prick. So stay kind to one another. Rock and roll. Stay safe. Keep cutting. Cheers.